Let's talk more about Herschel Walker. I know that maybe this story, we kind of know a lot of the gradations here, but I can't stop talking about it. And as you were pointing out before the show, Matt, ads still haven't come out yet. Democratic opposition hasn't necessarily put their hooks into this yet in terms of like blasting the airwaves in Georgia about this. So talking about it does have value besides just being fun.
Yeah, they're still talking about like the border and immigrants
and crime and yeah,
hurricane and stuff.
They're going hard on the crime angle.
Right.
And Herschel Walker, he's been doing a media blitz trying to respond to the Daily Beast reporting on this, and I think
the Daily Beast, the left, his own son.
Yeah, and his son just putting it all out there. Like I am, Megyn Kelly was right that I think that they were clearly holding on to this piece of information for the October surprise. But hey, I am happy that we do it because the Fox News engages in politicking with their reporting all the time. So I'm happy if the Daily Beast is going to do it for our purposes.
But one thing that's funny is like they might be wrong about which abortion payment was being held on for the October surprise, because Herschel can't really identify who this is, and there might be more than one.
Yeah, well, yeah, TBD. But he's having to go on and defend this. The new angle, as I mentioned in the headlines, that's come out in the Daily Beast, is that Herschel Walker was claiming he doesn't know who the woman was who's making the allegations and how it's all false. But basically, without revealing her identity, the Daily Beast has said, no, this is one of the women he has a child with. So pretty clear he knows who she is.
That doesn't prove anything.
So, right. I mean, but for him, like, it's a little less clear. But here he is on Hugh Hewitt's show talking about this new wrinkle in the Daily Beast reporting on this. And it just slips out here that abortions are nothing to be ashamed of. But dude, you've said you're in favor of a federal ban, and a ban with no exceptions for rape.
Yeah. Also, smart of them to use a still instead of a video interview here.
Where he does that weird smile the whole time. All right.
Again, Herschel, the Daily Beast has updated the story about your paying for a woman's abortion. The anonymous woman has now also alleged that she had a child by you. Your response?
I'll say the same thing I said, that, I know this is untrue. I know it's untrue, and they keep telling me things like that, and it's totally untrue. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure why that will be told. I know nothing about any woman having an abortion, and so they can keep coming at me like that. And they're doing it because they want to distract people. I know that because, I've already been forgiven. And if I've been forgiven, why in the world will I not be forgiven of something like that?
Hold on one second.
I'm not being forgiven.
Sorry, yeah, thank you, Bradley. He keeps saying he's already been forgiven. Doesn't it matter who's doing the forgiving?
And what are you being forgiven for?
Right, and that too, right. Well, I've been forgiven for everything else, like holding a gun to my wife's head.
God gave me a blanket pardon over anything I might have done.
God has preemptively pardoned me, like Trump. But that is, anyway, it's just another point where he keeps saying I've been forgiven, and it's like,
well, you know what that is.
I know it's religious.
Code to religious people being like. Did you see? I think there's like footage of like he was with a bunch of evangelicals, and they were putting their hands on him and praying with him like the morning after his son is like, "Hey, can you wear a condom, please?" Yeah,
right. There is like also just a weird undertone of like the racial element of it too that I find
that's very strange,
disturbing. But all right, keep going.
An abortion. And so they can keep coming at me like that. And they're doing it because they want to distract
Pause it, sorry.
people.
Just they meaning, again, like not just like the reporters of the Daily Beast, but also
your kid.
A woman who mothered a child of yours.
And then also could have mothered another child of yours, but she exercised her right over her own health care, and you helped her out.
For some reason, she thought maybe one child with Herschel Walker is enough children with Herschel Walker.
I'm not going to do this another time.
Know that because I've already been forgiven, and if I've been forgiven, why in the world would I not be forgiven of something like that? And I'm not saying being forgiven. Go ahead.
Is there anything you need to be forgiven for vis-a-vis a woman whose name we do not know? Do you know who this woman is, and do you need to be forgiven?
Well, that's what's so funny, and I'm saying I've been forgiven because of all the things I did when I went to the thing with my ex-wife and all that, and things I did. I don't know how many years ago that I wrote in my book. I said, guys, I wasn't perfect. I had my problem with mental health, and I've been born again, but I have a new life, and I've been moving
as a
forward. And
Senate candidate.
And if that had happened, I would have said it, because there's nothing to be ashamed of there. You know, people have done that, but I know nothing about it.
Not
and if I knew about it, I would be honest and talk about it.
Sure.
But I know nothing about that.
Oh my God.
Wait, did I miss it? I'm sorry. I was like checking out this ad. He said that thing about how there's nothing to be ashamed of, right?
There, yeah.
Okay, just go back a little bit, because he's mumbling, and I'm having a hard time figuring it out.
He's trying to buy your own logic, liberals, but it's like, yeah, we don't think it's something to be ashamed of, but that's not the biggest problem. It's something that should be legal.
Yeah.
But I have a new life, and I've been moving forward, and if that had happened, I would have said it, because there's nothing to be ashamed of.
There we go. Right. Okay.
You know, people have done that, but
so
People have done that.
if it's murder, is that something that you shouldn't be ashamed of? And people have done that, right?
Yeah.
And you paid for it. That's what you did. So if I did pay for the abortion, that would be nothing to be ashamed of. But you're literally trying to make it illegal. So then what is the point? If something is not shameful, then it shouldn't be illegal.
Yeah, I mean, the left isn't upset that people are shaming people about abortions. That's a byproduct. The left is upset because it's not being provided as a course of healthcare.
Yeah, and the fact that you're actively trying to campaign on making it illegal, like, it's just
But nothing to be ashamed of. Herschel Walker. Let's put it on a poster. Abortion. Nothing
to be ashamed of. Thank you. Just seems a little inconsistent, and I would be so sympathetic to his discussions about his mental health if it wasn't just a complete fig leaf for his own just desire to not have any accountability, because it does seem like he has some brain trauma. It seems like, I don't know, I'm not his doctor, from playing football.
Statistically speaking,
it would make a lot of sense, also based on how he acts. It would make a lot of sense, some of the volatility in his background, but I don't really have much sympathy, because you're actively trying to take away my rights.
No, it's clearly he's exploiting what he's supposedly apologized for and moved beyond as a dodge against these new allegations, which are founded. And it doesn't make any sense to say, hey, a woman who has one of your children said you paid for her to get an abortion. Is like, look, I had mental health issues. That doesn't follow. That's a non sequitur.
And honestly, based on the stuff that has come up in his past, if he wasn't running as a Senate candidate, this is actually one of the kindest things that Herschel Walker has done, which is pay for the abortion that his girlfriend wanted.
At the very least, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, in a vacuum, the least problematic thing that Herschel Walker has done, but within the context of trying to take the right to choose away, pretty bad.
To be a senator.
Yeah. I mean, if I was completely cynical, having him in the Senate for the lulz would be. But
I mean, the content from a content perspective.
From a content perspective,
right.
it's like when Trump was in office, but.
From a future, legal structure of the country, it's problematic.
It's really bad. Yes, we should do all we can to make sure he does not get into the Senate.
That's why we're starting with it once again today.
Yes.